And what's going on, guys? It's EP from the Coach's Vault. All right, welcome to the Vault Talk. This is our sixth or fifth one. Okay, today I got Terrance, I got Leo, I got Marcus looking like a crip, and I got Dustin over there with the glasses. Okay, so today we're gonna talk about two topics. We're gonna talk about how do you know. This is actually a follower topic, okay, from Terrance. And again, I'm not gonna ask you who it's from because you probably forgot. But how do you know I'm doing enough in my workouts, or how do I know I'm doing enough in my workouts? Which is big because now people are getting back into the gym. So we gotta go ahead and re-talk about this PR kind of argument we had the last time. And then the second one's gonna be 2 or 3 favorite meals while losing weight. Okay, and I want you guys to explain your macros, why you picked that flavor and stuff like that. We'll go over. We'll explain that further when we get there. Okay. So why don't we go over the first topic? Okay. How do I know I'm doing enough in my workouts? Okay. I think this is going to be a huge one. I think this is going to help out a lot. Why don't we start with Leo with that question? Okay. So, how do I know I'm doing enough in my workouts?
Very simple, obvious answer is, are you getting stronger if you're working for strength, or are you able to last longer if you're working for endurance? If you're not getting stronger, then you're probably not doing enough. The simplified answer. And if, say, you're an endurance person and you're constantly running miles, if your mile time is not getting better, then you're probably not doing enough. If your mile time is getting better, you probably are doing enough. Now, that's a very simplified answer. We definitely know about plateaus and all that stuff, but those are two basic metrics that you should go for to start off with.
Yeah. Okay. Marcus.
See, I think about it in a whole different aspect. I think that is like until fatigue, you know what I mean? Keep driving your muscles until fatigue. So that's when I know I'm done. Um, and I don't stop until I get to that point where, trying to lift a certain weight is impossible. And I mean, even if it's something really light. So I'll go with say I was benching 225 and doing chest. I'll just keep going until, I feel like I can't do 225 anymore. If I can't even go down and do 185 or 135, I know I'm like, all right, it's time to get the fuck out of the gym. I'm like, I'm done.
Hey, you're a bodybuilder, though, right?
That's definitely a bodybuilder's mentality.
That's a bodybuilder. So like,
I'm done. I'm done. I'm not done until I'm dead.
Yeah, for sure.
But like that's how you would think as a bodybuilder. Like for me, like that's the way I think, and in many ways, it's not the correct answer. You know what I mean? For maybe like your average Joe. You know what I mean? They're not going. I'm not gonna tell them like, yeah, well, keep going to you're profusely sweating and you're about to just pass out from exhaustion. But like we're doing something a little different.
Yeah.
So my answer was like the powerlifting or like the Olympic lifting answer versus Marcus is like the bodybuilding. So I agree what he says. If that's your if your goal is like bodybuilding type, like hypertrophy,
right?
Yeah. It's just, I mean, we all got different. We all got different backgrounds, so it's interesting to see who says what. And I knew that was going to be your answer because if you guys don't, if my clients don't throw up, I didn't do a good enough job. It's a free session if you don't throw up. Out of here. Okay, Dustin.
Yeah, kind of same as Leo. I know my percentages and everything. So if my percentages are going up or I'm moving better, then I know that, what I'm doing is working and recovering right, all that stuff. But again, it is your mentality, like working with general population. They're getting better if they're getting stronger. They're able to move a lot longer. So if they're going for a run, they're able to run longer before, they can't run anymore. And then another way we can look at progression is mastery of a movement. If they get a movement down and they're moving better through that range of motion, then that's another way that they're progressing. Coach Boo said that in one of the presentations that I just went through by him. So that's another way to look at it. And then also, if they're just going through their daily life and they're feeling better, they don't feel as tired by the end of the day or, first thing when they wake up. So yeah, at the end of the workout, I don't want to feel completely wrecked. I still want to be able to get through my day because, we work out in the middle of the day in the weight room, but I still have all the athletes. We have all the clients and everything after our own workout that we still want to be able to move and everything. So you want to be make sure that you're doing enough, but make sure that you're not doing way too much that you're not able to recover for your next training day.
Yeah. Terrance.
Over the years, I just kind of like changed my training more to like performance aspect. So I'm gonna kind of piggyback off of what Dustin was saying a little bit. I think like the sweet spot for at least like my mentality of training is like you're in that somewhat hard category, like to where the training isn't impossible, to where it's like it's difficult for you to activate the right way, or it's difficult for you to keep up with your training pace, or not that it's like too easy to where it's like you're not getting any kind of training stimulus at all. So I think a big indicator is just me personally. I don't really look at so much workout by workout. I really look at how much volume I get in during the week. So if I see myself getting better at a movement, or if I see myself over time like activating the muscles better, or being able to withstand more load over a period of time, then I just kind of judge like, all right, well, I must be doing enough in my training because I'm constantly progressing, but I'm not training in a sense to where I'm like babying myself, but I'm giving myself room for improvement through each workout that I do.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much like how I do most of my clients. Granted, if I run into somebody that's more on the bodybuilding end or something, that I have a little more Marcus's approach, but I still have it to where it's like you have room for improvement throughout the workout and throughout the weeks. It helps give people motivation to keep pushing through the weeks too. Like you don't feel like you reach your ceiling.
Mm-hmm. For sure. I think for me, I kind of think about it differently, especially this question, because this question is so broad. So for me, a workout, like initial workout, I'm thinking in the microcosm of it, like how do I know I did enough in a day? Like it's more about kind of like a balance of performance and making sure that I'm fatigued, but not to the point where I know I can't fucking move. I mean, you want to make it difficult, but you also need to understand the plan of what you're doing. So I think with this question, I think the person tries to say, how do I know how much I did? How do I know I did enough in the workout today? Yeah, I mean, I think what happens is that everybody has this thing where I have to kill myself today to get where I'm going to go this point. So I think the number one thing to make sure that you're progressing is know that you're progressing by writing shit down. You know what I mean? Like write down like what this is or that is. Because a lot of people, like if you're not a hardcore trainer, you don't, or like you're not like an athlete, people don't, like all my clients like are so like, they're weird about, they don't even know what they did last time. I mean, what was day one or what I did yesterday? I don't even know. They don't even remember if they squatted, they deadlifted, or they, I mean, like write this shit down. I mean, if you're not going to remember it, write it down. Know that you progress so you can have a visual representation of it. And then at the same time, just like you all got like performance and like Terrance and Dustin, it's about progressing throughout. Yeah, I mean, it's about being able to be stronger throughout your daily life and making sure that you're moving correctly. And like not having pain, and the difference between having pain and soreness. And because you're going to be, sometimes if it's a hard day, you're going to be sore, but the pain's different. I mean, pain's 100% different.
People don't know that though.
Yeah, they don't know that. So they think that pain, that's also the other thing where they think pain and soreness is the same thing. So why don't we go ahead and talk about that? Why don't we think about it more in the microcosm of it? So how would you know, okay, without thinking about the grand scheme of what you're doing, okay, how would you know you did enough today? Like if you trained just one day, if you thought about one day, how would you know if you trained enough that day? Why don't we start backwards? And I'm not going to start with me, okay, because I already kind of explained it, okay? Start backwards and we'll go with Terrance.
If you did enough for the day, I think you should walk out of your workout feeling good, but you should walk out feeling like you trained at the same time. Like, I think a big mistake that some people, which I understand how they get into the mindset where they chase a feeling so much to where it's like they judge if they had a good workout, like if they sweated or if they were sore. And I tell people all the time, like, dude, you ever sat in a hot room? Like, you're going to sweat. Like, that's not an indication if, you push yourself to the hardest capacity that you could have. But you should walk out feeling like muscles were activated. You should walk out feeling like your endorphins, went through, and you feel better, and you feel more like you got more blood flow going on. Your brain is more clear, like things like that. I'm looking at to where somebody comes in and they feel like they achieve something and they accomplish something. That's what I'm looking at more for, like if we feel like we got enough during the day.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. You want to get these guys feeling like they're accomplished something. I kind of explain it the same way you do. You should feel better leaving than when you walked in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and that's not like in the sense of just fatigue. That's in the sense of like you accomplished something. You feel good because you actually moved. You feel good because you got under the bar. You feel good because we mobilized some things. Yeah, I mean, like you should feel 10 times better. And when you go home, you're gonna get a good night rest. It shouldn't be so draining. I think what happens is that people train so hard that not only are they physically exhausted, they're mentally exhausted, and then they try to go back home and try to or do it in the morning and try to survive the rest of the day. I mean, you shouldn't survive. You shouldn't train to accomplish something and survive the rest of the day or survive the next day. I mean, you should train to live.
Yeah, and that type of cycle is not gonna last long for somebody.
No, not at all.
Like you're not gonna be motivated to keep feeling that every time you train. You're gonna start building an unhealthy relationship with the gym.
Yeah, 100%.
That's like right there. If you're chasing the utmost high of a workout, that's the exact same thing as like doing a line or taking like too much pre-workout. Like you're
honestly,
you're chasing the constant high. Like this is especially with powerlifting, and for sure I was a victim of it when I started. Like always chasing that PR. Like every session I'm gonna hit a PR, and you chase that high. Like 100%, you will crash and burn if that's all you're looking for.
Yeah. I think people have the asphyxiation of these numbers. And like I'm saying, like we're all saying, like progression doesn't necessarily mean about progressing in weight. It means progressing in movement, mastery of movement. Like Dustin said, there's different ways to indicate stuff. It doesn't have to be a number. You know what I mean? Because what happens sometimes numbers lead to injuries because of egos. You know what I mean? That's what usually happens. So yeah, I think that's a big thing. Why don't we go to Dustin next? What do you the microcosm of this stuff?
For me personally, so like if I come into a Monday and I know I have snatches for that day, if it's a Monday where I didn't really recover well that weekend, I'm just gonna try and hit my baseline number. So if I'm supposed to work up to 85% of my snatch and 85% just isn't gonna happen, I'll drop it down to 80, maybe 75%, and make sure I hit all my sets through that. And make sure I hit my volume for that day. For the snatch, it might not have been as heavy as I wanted to, but at least I went through the movement. And for something like that, just doing the movement's going to help ingrain that motor pattern and everything. Even after I've been Olympic lifting for 3-4 years now, it's still going to help. Just hitting sets of just a blue on the bar.
Sure.
But for general population, yeah, you guys explained it really well. Just leaving the gym better than you came in, feeling better than you came in. For somebody that works out in the morning, if they go home, they shower, they eat, they feel ready to go for the rest of the day.
Yeah, I think that the feeling that you're talking about if 85% is going to go up, like what's the point of fucking trying to do 85% and then not get it done, and then you're just angry that you didn't get it done. Yeah. So listening to your body, listening to your body the entire time, because I think what happens is people think, like, again, we're thinking about the microcosm. They think about that hour to that hour and a half that they're training. They don't think about the whole, like 24 hours before and 24 hours after, or even 48 hours or 48 hours. Like what you do 48 hours before can affect what you do in that 1 hour.
100%.
So if you were stressed out that whole weekend because you had a test and the test was on Monday and you decide that you want to train, you know what I mean? Sometimes that anger and that stress can actually make you better. Sometimes that anger and that stress can make you worse. So listening to your body and augmenting your training, you get me? And I know everybody has a program. I mean, everybody tries to stick to the program, and because that's the point of the program. But if it's not going to work out, don't fucking push yourself to the point that you're going to do something that's going to just injure you because your body wasn't up to it. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
I think that's a great point. Okay. Leo, what you think?
You skip Marcus right there.
Is it Marcus going backwards? I don't remember. Is it Marcus going backwards or is it you going backwards? Okay, let's go. Let's go. Crip walk real quick and let's go. Let's
Well,
quick
first of all, get
quick.
the name. Get the name.
Hey, there we go.
Okay.
Hey,
gotta
Scott,
represent.
Dang, Scott's
Yeah,
time.
I gotta buy myself the best boss mug.
Yeah,
I should keep it behind me like Leo does. Get me?
Hold up. Which one of y'all is Michael Scott and which one of y'all is Andy?
Well, Michael Scott is definitely Evan.
You can go fuck yourself, but yeah, you're kind of right.
I feel like that's a compliment, bro. You don't
Stanley, Terrance is Stanley all the way because Terrance sometimes just don't be talking for nothing.
It's just Stanley, yeah. Oh yeah.
He'll come in at the right moments, but then after that, Stanley he just goes back.
Chilled in the back.
I'm definitely will go with let's see.
No, we have to keep going with the office thing. No. Who's Leo? We're not done with this conversation until we're done with it. I'm Michael Scott. Okay, then Terrance is Terrance.
I feel like Dustin will be low. I feel like Dustin is low key like Dwight.
Oh God.
Dustin's definitely Phyllis. Like straight up.
What?
Phyllis.
You think Dustin's Phyllis?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like kind-hearted, well-spoken, laughs all the time, doesn't get to the shit.
Thank you.
Supports everything.
And he's married to Bob Vance.
Vance
Refrigeration.
Low key called me a old
go.
white woman now.
Let's see, Leo. Where we put Leo? I'll put.
I don't know. Would he be a gym man? I don't know if he would be a gym, but I don't want to boost his confidence by calling him gym.
Jim is too good. I can see Andy right there.
I can see a little bit more Andy too.
Bro, I feel like I'm a good combination of like Will Ferrell when he came in the first episode.
No, you're Creed.
I'll take it.
That's just messed up.
No,
messed up.
I'll take it. I'll take Creed. Creed's low key the best person.
He is blue. Yeah, Creed's low key the best one, honestly.
Oh, mm-hmm.
Oh, it's all Dwight, man. Come on now.
Yeah.
But if we circle back to our question, I love what Dustin said. You know what I mean? It definitely is a lot by feel, especially on the days where you get to the gym. You could take your pre-workout, you could take, whatever, and then you lift that first heavy, set, you do your first heavy set, and it's like you just sit back and like, holy shit, that's heavy. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you have to dial it back down. And sometimes finding that if you increase the volume, you get that same high, just a little different. So sometimes it's not the load, it's just how much you're just the volume of what you're working with that day can really give you that satisfaction. And you can go in with a certain amount of numbers of exercises you want to do. Maybe it's 4, maybe it's maybe you had planned out 10, but your body's like, no. After 6, your body's telling you no. It's like, this is it. You know what I mean? You will know, like, because your body will tell you like if it can keep going or not. And sometimes you just got to be more in depth with your own self, and learning that you can't always try to push because your body does take days off just like we all do, and it may have just been in like the time that it needed.
Yeah.
So that's how I normally train. So.
Yeah, listen to your body. I think that's very, very important. Some people kind of forget that, and that comes with experience. You know what I mean? Like understanding when to like go full throttle and when to kind of push it back.
Even to new people, even somebody new in the gym, you know what I mean? You'll understand that like you may be 5 exercises in, but then you feel super tired. You don't have the same energy. You know what I mean? That's the moment that you need to realize like, okay, this is when I need to maybe change something. Maybe it's the exercise you're picking, but most time that's just your body telling you like, all right, we're done for today. We need some food, we need some sleep, something to help us recharge, and we really need to learn about that.
Yeah. All right, Leo.
So I'm gonna pull an EP and cheat off of what everyone just said.
Damn.
I think everybody here does a great job of, we don't work out our clients, we train them. So if someone's asking like, hey, in this workout, did I do enough? Well, did you get at least 1% better in the skill of what you're working on. So when you're bench pressing, like one of the most technical lifts, you may not have hit a PR as far as weight goes, or as far as reps to weight goes, but did the movement, like Dustin was saying, get better? Like, did your as basic as a curl? Super easy to cheat a curl. You can easily throw your shoulder into it to make yourself curl better. But did you take the time? Did you focus on your curl, on your form? Did that get better, even by 1%? So just like Marcus was just saying, most of the time in the gym, you will not feel your best. Like you will go through, especially if you've been in the game for a long time.
Hell yeah.
You're like one or 2 days out of, let's call it a 10-day training period, you will feel like on top of the world. The other 8 days, you're just practicing skill. So if you have that mindset of like, hey, my ankle flexion was like 5 degrees better. I got half an inch lower on my box squats. And we can take it back to the teacher stripper we trained a couple weeks ago. She was able to lower 2 inches on her box squat. She didn't go up in weight, but she was able to lower 2 inches on her box squat. So she might not feel that sore, but she got that as low, and that skill was better. So she definitely did enough in that workout.
Down to the flow.
She gets $1 for that. Look at that.
Yeah. More high class. She got $5. A little more.
Yeah, $5.
She was classy.
She was very classy. You approach if you approach exercising as training as compared to just working out and going through the motions, you will easily be able to identify, like, did I do enough that day?
Yeah. I think that's it. I think that's awesome. I think that's a great way to actually end it. Anyway.
That was a great closer.
That was great. Yeah, I was like,
hey,
that was great closing. I'm not gonna mess it up, okay? Just so I can.
Let that rock.
Yeah,
I think I do your job better than that.
That was a great ending, but I think that's 100%. All you guys are correct. Okay, all you guys are correct. All right, let's go on the next one. Okay, so next question. Okay. All right, let me pull it up real quick. All right. 2 favorite meals when you're in a weight loss phase. Okay, and I'm assuming this is more like cheat meals, more than actual like physical meals, or do you want to do a little bit of just any kind of meal that you're cheating with?
I think everyday meals. People always want to cheat. You gotta have things that keep you grounded.
Keep you grounded and sane. Okay, all right. So why don't we start with Terrance this time? Okay, and then we'll go back around.
I was hoping you would start with me. Oh man,
I can come back to you, man. It's not.
Come back. Yo, I'm the worst person to ask this question.
I'll go.
Yeah, this is Marcus.
I'll go.
I'm really not a meal creative guy.
I'm not a meal creative guy either. That's why I didn't want to go first.
This is so I'm in the cutting phase. One of my favorite go-tos is you normally use like some type of whitefish, tilapia, cod. Well, my fiance makes it because she makes it like a beast, but she'll do for like some type of whitefish, tilapia, for cod. She will add spinach, a lot of mixed like spinach, lettuce, red onions, all into a bowl. Spray like olive oil on there, like the Pam olive oil. Sprinkle some Himalayan sea salt. Mix it around so the spray pan actually allows it to coat with the dressing, or make it like its own dressing. No actual dressing, nothing needed. Just the salt, just the onions. It gives a nice crunch. Something like the protein aspect gets it nice and meaty. So that way I feel full. And it's definitely a lot cheaper than a lot of salad places you go to and try to make a salad bowl. All those ingredients would probably cost you less than like $15. Less than $10 to make. Where you go to like some of these salad places costing you like $20. And it's not even that full length half the time. That's definitely one of my favorite go-to meals. After that, another favorite go-to meal is more of a shake than a meal. Because I can always have that if I'm on a run, if I'm training clients, or even before I go to bed, and that's using almond milk. I don't do 2 scoops of protein. I save a lot of my fats for before I go to bed, so I use peanut butter. I'm mixing with that, and then I like to add like 2 like packets of like Splenda to it. And throw a lots of ice, and it comes like a nice thick smoothie, and that normally keeps me full. And I normally always have that before I go to bed, so that way if I'm in a cutting cycle, it's perfect because I'm most probably gonna wake up in the middle of the night and use the bathroom to urinate. So it's like it's not in my stomach, just sitting there. And then I normally wake up I'm wake up hungry to eat something, which is perfect because that means that my metabolism is running the way that it should.
Yeah. I think those are great. And that tilapia thing just made my mouth salivate, bro. That shit's good.
It is good. You make it fresh. Oh man, it's amazing.
Yeah. I mean, you make it fresh. I can't make shit, so I'm gonna call Danny to shit for that. Okay. All right, Dustin, go ahead.
So for me, I usually don't cut that much. I mean, and then in the sport that I train for, I'm pretty much like right in the middle of whatever weight class that I would be in, so I don't have to cut, I don't have to gain.
Lucky
but pretty
you,
much,
bro. Lucky you. Lucky
oh
you.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I've never weighed over 160 in my entire life. I don't even think I've actually touched 160. But so for me,
like
I'm just
stocky. He's stocky. Like Dustin's like stocky as shit, man. He fine.
yeah, but I'm just a creature of habit. So in the mornings, I eat one of two meals. It's either half a scoop of rolled oats with a tablespoon of peanut butter, 2 tablespoons of Greek yogurt, some honey. I might throw in a little bit of granola in there with a banana and like whatever other fruit I have, some blueberries. And I mean, that'll get me going in the morning until I'm ready for lunch. And then if it's not that, I'll eat, 3 eggs with some cut up sausage. I like the Cajun andouille sausage, Hillshire Farms, I think. And then some bell pepper, some onion cut up in it with a waffle on the side. And then for dinner, I mean, it depends, but I'll just have a bunch of veggies, whatever veggies it is, with some ground up turkey or ground up beef, chicken. I'm pretty habitual when it comes to my food. So I pretty much eat to train. But on the weekends, if I do have to cheat, Chick-fil-A on Saturdays, because not Sundays. Everybody craves Chick-fil-A on Sundays.
It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make why do I even drop? Like it was weird because where I live next to in Baton Rouge, there was a Chick-fil-A down the road. I knew it was Sunday, but I still drove. I still drove.
Every
And I'm
time.
trying to Chick-fil-A.
Marketing, dog. They do that on purpose.
Bro, I don't fucking get it. It doesn't make any sense. Like I eat chicken all the time. Why do I want chicken again? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because you didn't make it. That's why.
That's true.
Exactly. You couldn't have it that day. That's what they're doing. They're teasing you.
Yeah. I'll just wait. I'll just sit there and wait until Monday when they open. That's fine.
In the drive-through line at the intercom.
I'm first.
Are you there yet?
Yeah. It's 6:01. I want to order. Okay. Anyway. Okay. Let's go. Leo.
All right. I'll give
worst people for last because I don't have one either, Terrance. Don't worry about
I got
it.
you. I'll make this long so you guys can think about some shit. So I'll give you 2 examples. So one example is I used to be like, with having a kid, it's a little different, but I used to be on that 4 a.m. life all the time. So I go from like 4 to 6 and work out and everything. So my go-to meal after that, and this I totally learned off this dude, Ryan Fisher, and all my friends think I'm crazy, and y'all probably can think I'm crazy, but you got to try it out, especially if you like sour cream, is I'd have a 1/4 pound of ground beef, 90-10, which is about 24 grams of protein, about 3 grams of fat, and then a scoop of non-fat Greek yogurt, original, so it's no flavor to it, which adds about another 14 grams of protein and about another 2 grams of fat. On top of the brand is Think Thin almond flavored oatmeal, which is like 40 grams of carbs, no sugar in it, 40 grams of carbs, but that's not like quote unquote glucose type sugar, and like no fat and like 4 grams of protein. That would be my go-to in the mornings if I do work out early in the morning. So that gives you your awesome carb spike, which your muscles definitely need after a workout, but also gives you like 45 grams of protein or so with very minimal fat. So that would be my go-to right there. And obviously you put a bunch of hot sauce onto the meat and to the Greek yogurt right there. Mm-hmm. So that's what I usually do. And like,
I have a question real quick. And this will allow you guys to
I know.
This allow you guys to also think about your stories because I feel like you guys are still trying to think over there.
Oh yeah.
Leo, how do you feel about taking your carbs and your proteins at the same time? How do you feel about that? Because I've known many different studies that I read upon, saying that taking carbs first is actually more substantial to your recovery and growth
So
compared to your protein after.
100% agree with those studies, and like, and I've gone through it my own self of just taking carbs. Like, if you had a choice between, if you're post workout and you're in a rush, you had a choice between taking a protein shake with 40 grams of protein with no sugar or anything. You had a choice of eating a Snickers bar that was like, didn't have fat in it, but it was just like pure sugar. You took like 2 scoops of dextrose. I'll go with the sugar hands down before the protein, because whenever you're working out, your muscles use up all your glucose. Therefore, you need to replenish that, which helps speed up recovery, which also gives you that pump, which also makes you look swole as fuck. So I definitely go with the sugar over it. Now, the reason in the mornings that I do the protein and the sugar is because, like, the protein obviously is going to help you. It's going to make you feel full too, so you're not going to want to eat like 2 hours later. And the sugar is going to help fill you up. So actually, when I do eat that meal, to what you said, Marcus, is I'll eat my oatmeal first. So like that hits my stomach, hits my body first. And like whether it breaks it down first, I would like to think it does. I'm not sure. But whether that breaks it down first, that's what I eat first and put in my stomach. And then I go for my combination of Greek yogurt and ground beef. But I would think 100% the sugar is like the most important thing. And I tell especially a lot of clients who struggle with candy, like, look, if you're going to want to eat candy, it sounds super bad, but eat that shit right after you work out with me, because that is the best time your body will use it the most. Especially when my wife, her post-pregnancy, she like had a huge like Dr. Pepper addiction, because that's just pregnant women, this is what happens. So when she started get back to working out and she was trying to break it, I was like, just have your Dr. Pepper after we work out. And like she had phenomenal results. She like looks swole as shit doing it, like all her muscles filled up for that. But I definitely agree that the sugar, the glucose, the carbs is the most important macro post workout. So that's why I do it if I work out in the morning. But if I don't work out, and most of the time I do fast now, and so I don't eat my first meal until before I actually work out. And so that meal is usually, if anybody follows Stan Efferding and like the vertical diet, I'll go with like probably like a third to half a pound of ground beef. I like chicken a lot, don't get me wrong, but I like red meats a lot more just because of the natural testosterone and creatine that comes in it that chicken lacks. Not to say chicken's bad by any means, don't get me wrong. And red meat definitely has like a little bit more fat. So if you're like a bodybuilder or like really, really watching your macros, you got to make sure you watch out for that. But my go-to meal usually, if before I work out, would be like a third to half a pound of ground beef. So you're looking at 35 to 50 grams of protein, a cup of rice, about 22 grams of carbs, and then carrots, spinach, mushrooms, bell peppers, onions. So I basically make a giant Chipotle bowl, and then I put some hot sauce on top of that too, because I eat that like every day. So hot sauce just makes it so much better. And that compared, I already got these prices down. A box of that Success rice, it gives you 4 packets, which each packet gives you probably 2 meals. You're looking at about $4. So you got about 8 meals worth of rice for about $4. And then a pound of organic ground beef, 90-10, at least here in Houston, is about $7 at H-E-B or Kroger. And that will give me at least 2 meals. So, and then frozen spinach or raw spinach is like 2 cents a freaking pound. Like, oh my gosh. And carrots, shit.
I got another question.
You're looking at $3 a meal. So $15 will get you like 4 meals as compared to $15 will get you like 1 Chipotle bowl if you make it the way I make it.
I have a question.
Yes, a hand.
I have a question. Where in the world, I can't get off this, where in the world did you get Greek yogurt, ground beef, and hot sauce?
Pay attention.
Like that combination. I know I'm saying the combination. Like, I didn't say it was like, but like.
Pay attention.
I was hella skeptical about it. This dude, Ryan Fisher, looking him up on IG.
I know you said his name, but it's like,
so I have no idea where he got it from, but I was like, this guy's got a turtle shell for abs. Like, no homo, probably best abs. Someone who's drug free. someone who's drug free, who's got like the best abs in the game. He's like, this is my go-to. I was like, all right, fuck it, let me try it. Tried it.
How does it
I loved
taste?
it. It's bro, it tastes just like sour cream. If you don't like sour cream, then you're not gonna like this. But if you like sour cream, then you will love it. Y'all don't like sour cream? What's wrong with
That's
y'all?
sour cream, bro.
I don't really eat like
sour
that.
cream's gross.
Bro, I'm
God.
weird, bro.
On a
Sour
baked,
cream,
on a baked
bro.
potato, yes.
I'm
Nah,
really
bro,
bad with
I'm
my
starting to think I'm weird. This is nuts. Well, hey, if you
On a
like
baked
sour,
potato, I'll eat that.
if you like sour cream,
No,
you know,
bro.
Alright.
Sour cream.
hey,
I just had to ask. I
I'm
know.
picky as shit. The thing about it is, I say I'm picky as shit. You don't know Marcus. Like,
I'm picky. I'm
bro,
bad.
the craziest
bro,
shit, bro.
it blows
It's like
my mind that you're
he's
picky.
the kind of person that would separate his M&Ms.
Bro,
Like,
see,
no, this shit green. No, it tastes
Damn,
that
the
blows
same.
my mind. Considering your extracurricular activities, that blows my mind that you're picky.
Oh, I'm picky as hell. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Like, I like one of the things like chicken. When it comes to chicken, I only eat chicken breast. I don't eat thighs. I don't eat wings. I don't like it. Yeah, I know. People look at. I know.
Ow.
Dog,
I
you're
don't really. Out of all the fruits, I've really only like maybe like 3, and I'm slowly introducing more different fruits. That
what 3 fruits?
apple, banana, and I do. I know, right?
It's the most basic shit you can say, dude.
I know exactly.
Here,
Exactly.
You know what, strawberries?
The way you
I
said
like
it,
strawberries.
like, nobody likes apples and bananas.
Working on strawberries. Pineapples are okay with me right now, and then like the new one
Pineapples
I'm
are
trying to
okay?
introduce
Yeah, he's
right
bugging.
now. Yeah,
Those are the
I
best.
know.
Bro.
I'm trying to introduce.
Yeah,
I would
pomegranate.
no, I never tried that.
Nah, that's
I'm
one of
not
my
going that far
favorite
yet.
fruits, for sure.
Pomegranate, right?
For
I'm
sure.
not going that far yet. I'm gonna try like a grape. Yeah, like
That's
actual
great.
blueberry.
Have you had a grape before? Have you had a grape before?
A grape?
Yeah,
Yeah, I had it
grape.
before. First time I had it, I didn't like it.
Bro, it's crazy. It's crazy, right?
I know. Trust me. Like I hate all vegetables. Really, hate
Well,
all of them.
That's normal.
But
That's
Yeah.
but yeah, I like a few certain ones. Let's see, what else is people I'm picky about? I don't know. It's just like different foods. Like if it doesn't look like almost in a way like if I don't know what it is, you cannot give it to me unless I like
Do you
can
like
know what's
ketchup?
in it.
Do you enjoy ketchup? Do you use ketchup? Is that a real
I do.
Okay, that's good. That's a start, right?
Oh wait. Oh, seafood. Most seafoods, I hate all of it.
You and
Oh.
But you eat sushi.
Yeah, but sushi uses like I don't eat sushi that I know like salmon, maybe like crab. But like I know that's fake. I know that's fake crab.
No, that's fake crab.
I know it's fake crab, so it's not real crab, so I'm okay with that. But it took me forever just to even try crab. Like
I love
like my fiance had learned that for me to try new things, if I'm deep in prep and you introduce something to me like that's brand new and I'm that hungry, I might actually start start eating it because I'm so hungry to the point where like I don't care what the food is anymore.
That's when everything tastes good, though.
Yeah, exactly. But then like I fell in love with eating crab, even though it's the fake imitation crab, but that was a step forward into something that I didn't even like. So we're working on it.
Okay.
Pick yourself. She hates me about it. She hates me.
Yeah. Even after this long explanation about these two guys' foods, I still have nothing.
Yo, I don't think Leo's ever broke anything down like that. I was like, God damn, yeah, like
he was trying to put some time in between.
Trying to help y'all out. Come on, man. I'm out here.
It was a budget plan. Like, damn.
Go, Terrance, go. It's your turn anyway.
Yeah. With
Terrance,
Dustin, man. I eat oatmeal in the morning, bro. I put some ground cinnamon in my oatmeal.
I thought he was about to say I
put some berries with it.
Right.
I do like to use mushrooms a lot, though. I'll say that, though. Like
magic ones.
The what?
Yeah. Like where you hear colors. That's my favorite.
Where the apple actually talks to you.
Yeah, those are awesome.
That's why you
I,
know
I like I like I like portobellos a lot. I do a lot of portobellos. I think the other day I actually made mushroom tacos, so that was kind of cool. I don't have the macro breakdown for you guys. I'm sorry.
Like just mushrooms, or like there's meat involved with the mushrooms.
Sometimes I substitute the meat for the mushrooms, but oftentimes I'll put them together. Like I had steak and mushrooms the other day.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
But
good.
this is as far as you're gonna get from me. I'll be completely honest with you.
It's fine, man. I'll talk about mine. All right. So when I'm cutting, I like to fast, just like Leo does. So I'll intermittent fast, but I'm more of a big meal person, just because like I'm bouncing around all the time. So it's hard for me to actually like sit down, eat, and then like I hate small meals. So I think what I'll talk about is two things I'll never take out of my fucking diet, regardless of if I'm cutting or I'm bulking. I'll never take out eggs. Okay, I'll never take out steak. I'll just never take. I know it's high and flat and stuff like that. It's more for my mental and it satisfies me. You know what I mean? Like I love red meat and I eat like because I can't cook for shit, but I can bake the fuck out of a chicken. You know what I mean? So like I'll just round out the week with chicken and then I'll put and I'll have the steak in between. You know what I mean? Just to kind of like give me that red meat, the iron, the testosterone, and all that kind of stuff that comes with it. And the eggs, man, it's just like it's something that I love. So I'll get like right now I'm trying to gain some size, so I'll have like 5 or 6 eggs, and I'll throw like two fucking handfuls full of spinach in there. You know what I mean? So I can get all my vegetables in there. But I mean, I'll never take out those two things. But I kind of do the macro game more than anything. So I'll eat a lot of vegetables. I mean it's not a lot. I'll have a frozen bag of broccoli, and I'll have like 2 cups every time like I eat something. I mean I'll douse that bitch in hot sauce and I'm good.
Hot sauce, that's the key.
Yeah, hot sauce.
Well,
But I think
Evan, how you like your steak?
medium.
Okay, all right,
Yeah,
you good.
I like it medium. What do you think? I was gonna say well done. Do I
We're gonna
look
banish.
that generic to you, bro?
We're gonna banish you from this call.
Yeah, like that's disrespectful. Anybody gets their shit well done, you're chewing for like an hour. You know what I mean? I'm eating 3 steaks and you still chewing on your first one. You got something wrong with you.
If you're getting a steak well done, you're like working out. That's what you're doing.
Exactly. You know what I mean? But yeah, steak, eggs. I think one thing I like to do, I like cereal, just like Leo likes cereal. So what I'll do is that if I have a busy day and I'm still cutting, I'll have protein cereal. So I'll have like Cheerios, okay? I'll have like a cup or 2 of that, and then I'll just make a protein shake, maybe like 1 or 2 scoops depending on like how much I'm missing, because I have a hard time like getting my actual protein intake through the day. So I supplement it obviously with protein just so I can kind of meet my standard. So I'll get some milk, scoop of the protein, just douse it in there, and then I'll also have like fruit. You know what I mean? I'll have a banana, I'll have an apple.
Those are good for you. They're good for your heart.
The way he said banana and apple made me picture Shaq saying that. Like I like banana. And like cross-eyed that motherfucker. the pear.
I'm just so picky. It's so bad. My mom hated me growing up. She was just like I was the only picky one in the family. My fiance hates me because she's like, you're fucking picky as hell.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I mean,
it's
his
all
own.
good.
But you gotta take it as this. He's picky as fuck, but he's a bodybuilder and he wins shows. You get me? So like you can be any and he's lactose intolerant. You didn't even mention that.
Shut the fuck up.
It's in your bio. It's in your bio. It's not like you haven't
That's
announced
what
to
I'm
the
saying.
world. Yeah, man.
It's so sad, like the sacrifice he's got to make for pizza.
Yeah.
Hey.
And everybody else around you too.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm lactose
One of my roommates is lactose intolerant.
Yeah. It's like the weird thing about people with lactose intolerant. I'm gonna go on this for a little bit. Don't judge me, Marcus. People with lactose intolerant don't give a fuck that they're lactose intolerant most of the time at all.
Because like it comes out of nowhere. Like it's like one day you're having milk, you're fine. Then like the next day you wake up, you have milk, and then you have to rush to the bathroom. Like it just comes it just comes out of nowhere. Like your body just rejects milk. Like anything that has to do with like anything that has to do with it, you just reject it.
That's the realest shit I ever heard. So sophomore year of college, like my every other day meal, which probably made me lactose intolerant, among other things. I'd have a bag of hot fries and a half gallon of chocolate milk. That was
Dude.
Yeah, you was bulking, huh?
You were doing this weird mix of food even in college.
that was the
Sour
great,
cream and chicken. And
hot
chicken.
fries, delicious.
But the thing is, like, you're holding
Gotta
chocolate
cool it
milk
down.
with a bag. It's a bag of chocolate milk. It's not a carton of chocolate milk. I can see a Ziploc. And then it says chocolate milk on it. Like, he had to write it down to make sure it didn't
Ziploc
get
bag.
Yeah,
mixed up.
I had
the gallon in.
Yeah.
gallon bags of chocolate milk and gallon bags of hot fries. That was it. And then
Yo,
next thing
that's
comes,
OD.
junior year of college, bro, I would like look at ice cream and shit myself. So that's how.
He really had hot chocolate though.
By definition, he had hot chocolate.
That's it. He
Like,
really had hot chocolate.
You stuff your face with the hot fries and like water just doesn't do it. So like you had to drink milk, and white milk, like no offense to any white people listening who love just white milk, it just doesn't do it for me. So I had to throw some chocolate in it. So like, I balanced myself out.
Yeah.
And call the plumber the next day. So
Yeah, we always got to end on shit jokes, don't we?
Always.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Obviously. All right.
So,
Okay. All right. Well, we're about perfect. We're about time. Okay. Does anybody have anything else you guys want to discuss before we go?
Nah.
That's a no.
try a bunch of foods if you can.
So what?
So just make sure you try a bunch of foods in life.
Yeah.
Yeah, just mix them all up too.
Just mix them all. Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Experience shit. Yeah. Man.
It's all going to the same place.
Exactly. And it comes out the same place.
Actually,
Actually,
they don't all come out the same.
they come out the same
Well,
place.
they could come out the same place.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. All right, guys. Okay, so we're gonna end it there. So this is to all the viewers who are watching this. We thank you guys for your support. Okay, a like and share goes a long way. Okay, if you spread the word, we can keep spreading the knowledge and our random bullshit that we talk about. But any way to help you guys out, all right, we're here for you guys.
Hey guys, hold on. I was gonna say the more views and more likes and more reposts we get, Evan might grow taller. Please help.
I actually really appreciate
But
that.
for his height.
Yeah, send some of that.
I really
too.
appreciate that. And why don't you crip walk your ass out of the fucking call? But yeah, a like and share goes a long way. We really appreciate you guys supporting us. And happy Memorial Day to you guys all. All right.
Yeah, for sure. Happy Memorial Day.
All right, guys. So I'll talk to you guys soon. All right. Marcus, I will be reading your article in a second.
Thank you.
All right, guys.
You gotta tear that up, Marcus. Just be prepared.
Yeah.
What? No, it's not that bad. I tried.
Oh no, it's probably. I'm just saying he's just gonna come out with some teacher hates you bullshit on you. Just like.
Oh, he does it all the time.
I do it all the time, man.
It's
called
okay.
tough love. How are you gonna get better if I don't trash your shit? I mean, I trash your shit.
Don't trash my shit. Like I can get better if I keep trashing it. Like you ever heard of positive reinforcement? You ever heard of positive reinforcement?
That doesn't work on you when you know it.
Sandwich.
It doesn't.
Well,
exactly.
first of all, you don't know that.
Good job.
You don't know that
it sucks, but it's better.
You don't know that. Maybe I might respond to better coaching with with a positive reinforcement for writing. You never know.
I know you. You don't.
Yo, you're right. he be like, yo, he'll call me too, be like, yo, your shit trash. I'm like, dang.
I have zero problem telling you that this shit don't work out. You know that, and that's why we're gonna be top dogs. Because I have zero problem telling you that I don't like shit. I mean, that's the only way we're gonna get through it.
That's respect.
You're like, my new article that he's about to look up, they about to.
You're that too.
My fault. This post that he
like
might
you yelled into your fucking thing.
This post that he might put up. Hopefully, he called me that day. He was like, "Yo, dude, what's wrong with your article?" I'm like, "What you mean?" He was like, "Something's not there." I'm like, "What you mean?" I'm like, he's like, "It's just not like the last one. This one's ass compared to your other ones." I'm like, "Damn."
It's true.
That's how you feel.
Wow. Okay.
No, he didn't. No, this was your fault because you didn't tell me you weren't done. So I thought you were done, and I read it. I was like, bro, this ain't it. He was like, oh, it ain't done. Oh, then work on it. Like that's all it was. Like I don't like reading unfinished shit, and I hate reading stuff that your eyes aren't capitalized in. That means you didn't look at your shit.
Probably true.
I hate that.
Make good sense.
Okay, anyway, I'm done with this teacher shit. Go buy me the best boss mug and let's be on our way. Okay? Because I'm Michael Scott. Okay, I'm everybody's favorite. And I love you guys. I'll talk to you guys soon.
Amen.
All right. Bye, y'all.